In the early 1970s, a group of women met regularly in the park with our children. And we noticed how much emotional support we were giving each other, what fun we had, how we were able to express our anxieties and confusion about the advice we were getting about child rearing. And we realized that if we were doing this for each other, what about the rest of our community? So we actually sat down and wrote a proposal and got a grant that funded what is now known as Postpartum Education for Parents. And that was the first day of action was July 1st, 1977, and I received the very first warm line call. And to this day, I'll always remember that voice and the questions that she asked and her response. And there has been somebody, a volunteer, trained volunteer parent, on our warm line 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, since July 1st, 1977. Pregnancy is a wonderful time. It's also scary. There's a lot of emotions attached to this growing baby inside of you and concerns about the outcome. And then labor is very, very powerful. It's life or death, truly. But then you bring the baby home, and nobody really can prepare you for that moment. We can try. People probably have said, you just wait. But the key here is to bring people together during that time of transition, and by bringing people together to talk. I am a new parent, this is how it feels. And you do that in the context of other people doing that, these people being new parents. And it doesn't matter how your baby arrived. We must always include those who have adopted their babies, and we must never ever think that this is a female function. Men are vitally important to this process. More than ever, we're seeing co-parenting. The most important part of parenthood is the foundation of that very first year. The word postpartum is an adjective. It's an adjective that well describes the year after that baby has arrived in your arms. But we must be more comfortable with acknowledging how challenging parenthood is. And from the beginning, it's a beautiful time. It's a challenging time, but together we can make it very successful. When we started PEP, our philosophy has always been there's no one right way to parent, and our purpose has always been to ease the adjustment of the developing family, to ease the adjustment. It's not easy, but we also haven't stigmatized by saying it's going to be difficult, have we? But we also want people to feel comfortable, they can come together and not be judged about what they might say, anonymously over the warm line, which is a beautiful thing. I believe the reason that PEP has been so successful in Santa Barbara for over 30 years has been because of our dedicated volunteers. We really have never had a time when we could not find the volunteer who wanted to give back to PEP because she or he had gotten so much from PEP. You get, and then you want to give back. My dream has always been that there should be a postpartum parent support, social support network in every community around the world. I'm actually seeing that happen. It is possible to bring people together. It's very easy. All we need to do is say, I think I need that. I would like to see that in my community. Another way of wording it is, I wish I'd had that when I had my babies. There's a universal message that I'd like to give to those of you who are willing and able and want to start something as terrific as PEP in your own community. The first is that you cannot do this alone. Remember that. That's number one. And the second is that there may be some bumps along the way, but don't blame yourself. It's going to be okay. Because the third part of that message is that this will be a success. It's important, and therefore it will exist for your community as well.